And we are back for another big exclusive podcast with my guys, Angry OG, comedian Top Flight. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to get started. I need this show tonight. I definitely need some therapy. Anybody who knows me knows that this here is very cathartic for me. I call it my weekly therapy session because honestly, it is. I get to come on here and interact with some great folks, um, some family to the show. Shout out to Nene. Shout out to Summer. Family to the show. I appreciate you, ladies. Sorry for the 2-minute delay, but we was just getting some stuff together behind the scenes. But it's about that time that I do what I normally do. Got to show our sponsors some love because without them, the show wouldn't be possible. So shout out to iCraft Mart. If you need anything natural, be it soap, lotion, anything for that matter. Like if you need anything, head over to iCraftMart.com. Everything on there is pretty much handmade by people that we know personally. So make sure you get over to iCraftMart and get you some shea butter or some lotion or some black soap. Shout out to Bestie Booth. If you like those 360 camera looks or if you need them for your next event, head over to @BestieBooths on Instagram. Shout out to The Money Is Where It's At LLC, clothing brand ran by two young men who are dope. They on their way to do big things. So salute to them. Mention @BigExclusive to get a 10% discount. Just inbox them whatever it is that you want, and I'll make sure you got the hookup. So if I look okay, I sound okay on your end, make sure you guys are hitting the like and hitting the laugh and the hearts. Show love, and it's okay to comment. We love the engagement. Let me know what's on your mind. I tell you, as we tell you what's on our mind with these topics here on the show tonight. Shout out to Shea Harmony. Shea Harmony offers all natural products for the body with their whipped shea butter being their most exclusive item. Shea Harmony's whipped and scented shea butter is sure to keep your skin moisturized, soft, smooth, and it soothes dry, cracked skin. And also leave you smelling amazing. It's that time of year. It's getting a little colder out there. Our people of color, you don't want to come out here looking like Ashy Larry. So get this high moisturizing Shea Harmony whipped body butter. They also have natural soaps, beard and hair oil, essential oil remedies, and more. Shea Harmony products can be purchased at iCraftMart.com. Shea Harmony, bringing harmony to your skin. Oh, big roll. Hey, I got to get everybody over to the other stream because the comments are not showing up inside the software backstage, right? And that's kind of going to annoy me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that into, I'm going to just add that in there, save the changes. And let's see, Don, I want you to double check that behind the scenes and see if it's, because I want you guys to head over to the podcast page so that the comments show up on the back end, or maybe they'll show up now because I added that as well. Yeah, but I don't see the comments flowing through yet, and I don't like missing anybody's comment because part of this show is the people engaging. Shout out to Big Roll. What up, family? Summer and Big Roll interacting. On the podcast page. Yeah, head over to the live on the podcast page. Yeah, so you could just back out, head over to the podcast page, and because let me see if I can. No, it's still gonna stay there. It looks like. I don't know how that. And again, shout out to Critical Shot Studio. If I look good, this one here, right? So if I look good, I sound good. Shout out to Critical Shot Studio. It's his fault, you know what I mean? But if you guys need any audio visual stuff going on, make sure you guys holler at Don over at Critical Shot Studio. I feel like we got a fun action-packed show tonight. Let me bring in the co-hostess with the mostest, the angriest man. There you go, Big Road, sliding in like a pimp. I appreciate you. Right, come to the live, hit the like. You know what I mean? I want to bring in the angriest man in podcasting right now. Angry OG, what's up?
Hey now.
Hey now. How was your weekend, bro?
Man, I don't never remember the weekend. This will be 2 days that go by.
It should be 2 days go by.
Yeah.
I got to bring in top flight security and comedian of the world, Craig. Another brother, co-host, my man, top to the motherfucking flight. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all?
You on location? Where you at, man?
I'm in Boston, man, down here in the casino at the Encore Casino tonight. Down here with the promoters and in the casino. I ain't got no money, so I ain't gambling. So,
real quick before we get into it, man, it's been a rough weekend in our city, and it's a lot going on, and a lot of terrible things happen over the weekends here in Philly. But one thing that happened and it caught my attention, and I want to send my condolences out to our guy, Big Russell Shannon. He lost his son Jihad, and it's just heartbreaking, man. I knew how much he loved his son, Jihad Basim Hart. So our condolences go out to, we call him Big Shug. He's the one who's the owner of the cigar lounge that we were at, and we did the live. Yeah, he lost his son over the weekend. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Big Shug, aka Uncle Russ, on the passing of his son. I hope I don't have to do that again on the show. I know death is promised to everybody and it's inevitable, but we really shouldn't be burying our kids, and it's happening way too much in this city of brotherly love. And I'm not going to say what happened to him, and I don't want to say it was violence or anything like that. Truth of the matter is that he's no longer with us, and I want to send our thoughts and prayers from everybody at the podcast to Uncle Shug and everybody at Lighted Up Cigar, our extended family. So just a quick moment of silence for Uncle Russ, and then we'll get straight into the podcast. Appreciate you, brothers and sisters out there. Appreciate our family out there for joining us in that moment of silence, man. Show love to our brother, Uncle Russ. Podcast time, man. Flight, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. Did a bunch of shows. Had a bunch of shows sold out at the Orlando Improv. I was sold out, baby. I got the pictures to prove it. Don't lie. It was good, man. Had a good week. Hey, time out. You good, OG, man?
Why you say that?
You sure? Look like something on your chest, on your heart, man.
No, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna make sure you ain't.
I appreciate it.
All right.
I'm just doing a lot of listening right now. That's all.
Huh?
Doing a lot of listening right now. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you listening hard than a mother.
Yeah, but when I open my mouth, y'all be telling me to be quiet. Y'all be over talking. So I'm trying something new today.
Oh, okay. But no, my weekend was good, man. I was in out Orlando, and now I'm out Boston right now at the Encore Casino. Get ready to rock out in like another hour or two.
Nice looking room that you got, man.
Man, listen.
It ain't no room if you don't take nothing down in it.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I guess you.
Hey, yo.
This gonna be all the magic that's gonna happen tonight. This.
Out of pocket.
Okay.
So let's get right into it, man. It's first of all, shout out to the ladies. We had ladies' night a couple weeks ago. They took over the podcast. So shout out to the ladies that handled lady night. Shout out to the fellas. Let me see if I can remember this. Shout out to Crystal, LeBray, Tiffany Ann, and Chef Marcy. And then the gentleman came in last week and they took over. So shout out to Mike. Shout out to the Angry OG for hosting that. Shout out to Mike Thal. Shout out to Sewell. And who am I missing? I'm missing one more person, right? It was Mike and Mike. Sewell, Big Roll. Exactly.
Big Roll sold us out, man.
Yeah, Big Roll.
Under the lights.
The lights came on. Big Roll shrunk up, man.
He wasn't Big Roll no more. Big Roll tried to disappear in the bushes, like in the background.
That he definitely
faded. He went off without saying nothing and never came back. And just, Big Roll.
I'm about to say he was commenting though, wasn't he?
That's what he good for. He the shit in the comments. So we're gonna leave Big Roll in the comment section where he belong at. Big Roll the superstar in the comment section.
So let's just go over what we're going to talk about tonight. Couple topics that's on the table. We never know if we're going to get to all of them because the conversation get good. And if you're out there and you on the Facebook stream right now, please do me a favor. Share it. Share the Facebook live stream. Right now, we want to bring everybody in on the conversation. I feel like this is going to get good tonight. It's good to be back to regularly scheduled programming. But let's look at some of the topics we're going to talk about tonight. Roll laughing at you. He said, nope, he was on stage for 10 minutes. Let's take a quick look at what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to talk about, is there a difference between a partnership and a relationship? The 5 questions you should be asking on the first date. Serial killers. What are the signs that you're being cheated on? Mental health. And why are there no services for single fathers like there are for single mothers? Right? Everybody good with that tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all tell me where y'all want to start.
I like to start with the fireworks first. Don't you got to clip the show?
Wow. You want to go
start right? I want to start with the fireworks, man. Get that shit out and over with.
You want to go there that just like that, huh? Just like that.
Go big or go home.
All right.
Go big or go home.
All right. So if we gonna go big, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. So first up, you want to give some context to the clip, OG?
It's basically a study of how women, don't know what they want or not pleased with, what you got to offer, what's out there to offer. That's all. It's actually funny.
All right. Well,
it's actually funny.
Let me do this. Watch this. Let me do this, and then let's do this.
Husband store? What is this? Hello, you may visit the store only once. There are 6 floors and the value of the husband increases as the shopper ascends the flights. The shopper may choose any man for a particular floor, or may choose to go up a floor, but cannot go back down except to exit building.
These men have jobs.
Going up.
These men have jobs and love kids.
Keep it going.
These men have jobs, love kids, and are good looking.
Wow. I gotta keep going.
These men have jobs, love kids, drop dead gorgeous, and help with housework.
Oh, God. I can hardly stand it. Gotta go.
These men possess same qualities as 4th floor, plus good lovers.
To the top, baby.
There are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are hard to please. Thanks for stopping by.
Ooh.
Now you got to exit stage right.
So wait. Before we get jumping on that topic, I wanted to have some hold on. What Big Roll say? Shannon, we like you sure our folks ain't on the other post waiting. Yeah, I think they are on the other post, Big Roll. And there's not really much I can do about that. Unless I shut that stream down, and I probably won't do that. Not a Tiff. Wait, I'm gonna save Tiff comment, but I needed some feminine energy tonight, so I asked this very talented, very smart, beautiful woman to join us tonight. And again, if you're on the Facebook Live, make sure you hit the share button. Show us some love. Hit the like, laughter, love, anything you want to hit. But Chef Marcy, some of you gonna remember her from the Ladies Show. Chef Marcy then went and got a haircut and everything. Marcy, what's up?
Let me tell you, I didn't even look at the whole flyer. I was like, okay, they're good one, and I had to just set the timer, went on with my day. I didn't even realize I was on the flyer.
So check it out, Marcy. We're gonna do something right quick, okay?
I remember Miss Marcy.
How are you?
Hey, you the lady that bust out the windows and putting sugar in tanks.
That was me. Listen.
So listen, Marcy, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this clip, and since you're our only lady guest host for tonight, I want to go ahead and play this clip. And what you're gonna do is lead the conversation, or you're gonna offer your thoughts first on this clip. Okay, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Husband store, what is this? Hello, you may visit the store only once. There are 6 floors and the value of the husband increases as the shopper sends the flights. The shopper may choose any man for a particular floor or may choose to go up a floor, but cannot go back down except to exit building.
These men have jobs.
Going up.
These men have jobs and love kids.
Keep it going.
These men have jobs, love kids, and are good looking.
Wow. I gotta keep going.
These men have jobs, love kids, drop dead gorgeous, and help with housework.
Oh, God. I can hardly stand it. Gotta go.
These men possess same qualities as 4th floor, plus good lovers.
To the top, baby.
There are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are hard to please. Thanks for stopping by.
That's funny. That is funny.
Come on with it, Marcy. What you got?
So this is what I think, right? A lot of it is true, right? We have this fear of missing out, and we have this fear that there's something better out there. Like, I never felt like the grass is greener on the other side, and a lot of people do feel that way. And that ain't me. I think that you miss out on a lot, especially in a man or a partner or a spouse or a supporter, because you're putting unrealistic expectations on that individual. You have to look at who you are in real life. I know this is terrible to say, but you got to date within your bracket. It doesn't, how are you going to get somebody that makes that type of money or that level of discipline to work out every day when you don't even get up and walk around the block? You don't even get up and do what you're supposed to do. I think that's always unfair, how men are supposed to have it together, but women get to come and sit at the table half-assed. It's like completely unfair.
You know what? I'm so glad
Let the church say amen.
that a lady said that, and the lady made this video, because if we say it,
You get crucified.
we get crucified.
Crucifixion.
Listen,
Crucifixion ain't no fiction.
shout out to our guy Musa, who's on the live stream as we speak. Musa Harris. He is the Luzerne County predator catcher, and we caught a predator live on the show one time. Thanks to Musa. Musa, we about ready to have you back. But Marcy, can you repeat that last thing one more again, please, for the people in the back who may not have heard you? For the people in the back.
There's a lot of them back there.
And listen, fellas, we're going to be extremely quiet, okay? Because this shit is going to end up being a clip, and it's going to go viral, and we're going to get crucified, okay?
We are. And I'm going to get crucified for saying it. Women need to date within their bracket. You have to date within your bracket, right? And it's not settling. Settling is being with someone that's knocking you upside your head. That is settling. Settling is being with someone just because they got money. Being with someone that's going to be there for you completely is not settling. But you have to date within your bracket. You're wanting a man to have all these things together, in shape, 6-pack, good hair, all these things, money, education, do it down in the bed and all them things, but you don't even walk around the block. You're not even disciplined enough to get up every day and take care of yourself. You're not even disciplined enough to even do anything for yourself. We're not, people always talk about what you bring to the table. And women always say, well, I'm so this, I'm so that. You don't have to say what you are, because if that's what you were, you would just be it. I don't have to tell my husband or anyone else that I'm a loyal friend. I could just be loyal. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand how important it is to date within your bracket and understanding what settling really means.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? You just mentioned something about when women you settle for a man because he got money. They don't look at that as settling. That's a come up to them. They don't care because he got money. He don't got shit else but money to offer. You settled for that, but they don't label that as settling though.
It is settling because you got to look at who you are as an individual. I knew what I was looking for when I met my husband. So I didn't care if he made $1 million or no dollars, because I knew what I needed. And what I needed, I didn't need him to take care of me. I
And
didn't
that's what
need
it
that.
is. That's what it
He
is.
does, but
It
and
is.
it's
You
great.
should get what you need and ask for what you need and not what you want, because what you need is better for you than what you want.
Yes, I knew what I needed, and that's what I got. And then my husband was a person that understood what he wanted to be for himself. He wanted the career for himself. He wanted these things for himself. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go do this. And I'm like, all right, cool, but I'm going to keep doing this because this makes me fulfilled. I don't want nobody ever to feel like they got to take care of me. If they do it, that's cool. You know, but I always wanted to be able to take care of myself because working was self-fulfilled and gave me purpose. And I got to have my own sense of purpose outside of being married.
Shout out to Tiff. Tiff said grown women aren't hard to please. And honestly, we are few and far between. Raul wanted to know what was Chef Marcy doing just now? Laughed my ass off.
I was making cookies.
Rima said this was hilarious. Christine said she's speaking major facts. Shout out to Marcy for keeping it neutral and real and not biased. Summer said, I agree. Roll hitting the clap button. And then he said, hold up. Marcy number one, laugh out loud. I love what you said. Shout out to Summer Thomas. Actually, like I said, you know, I'm glad that that video was made by a woman and not a man. I'm also glad, you know, that again, we have a woman saying the things that she's saying on the show. Honestly, I feel like if just us guys would have introduced this,
it wouldn't have went over well.
I don't think it would have went over.
They were labeled as us bashing women.
Right, exactly, and I believe that empirically,
like, why would we bash our women? They are our queens, like
absolutely the backbone to everything. Just in context of what the video was showing, that basically, and the way I took it or interpreted it is just like women are never satisfied, right? Because you know the man had the job. Which and women are entitled to want what they want. Women are entitled to actually make sure men have these prerequisites before they decide that they want to date the man, right? But I feel like a lot of the time brothers have those prerequisites, get into a relationship with the woman, and then that changes. And a lot of times it feels like the men are being pushed to change and they just get to be the same or content where they are without any ambition or anything. And they want to push a man to be great, which I think is a beautiful thing. But understand, as men, we want you to be just as great as we are, at least in my opinion, me speaking for myself. I want my woman to be as great, if not greater, than I am. So I think it's about pushing each other. And then those women who aren't satisfied with where they are or aren't satisfied with the men that they have, even though they feel they fulfilled those prerequisites, right? And we all are expected to grow and evolve and get, you know, higher paying jobs or better living conditions and whatever the case may be. But I don't feel like women sometimes understand that. I feel like sometimes they want the home run and they don't want to go through preseason. They don't want to go through training camp. They just want to go skip high school, skip college, go straight to the pros. Right. You want to start on home base. She said, got to talk to us nice then. Shout out to Tasha W.
I think women that want the already built, already successful man don't understand what comes with that, right? You got to understand what type of mindset comes with the man that is that, right? So the six-figure man is undeniably disciplined, right? Because he's showing up every day for his job. You understand what I'm saying? And also, that's cool, but I think people need it's terrible, I know. But the reason why you should date within your bracket is you're getting someone that's parallel to who you are. So you can't want something that you're not, right?
Yep.
So yes, I am supportive of my husband. And my husband's supportive of me, and I get that. But in my heyday, back to Top Flight, when I, did my thing, and I was
backsliding days.
Yeah, but I remember being with that man, right? I was with him, and I moved into that place and everything. And I remember that I didn't have a car at the time, and he had a car, but I was still catching an Uber to go to the grocery store. I was still catching an Uber to work. I'm still on public transportation, but this man got a whole car. Got a whole car. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to also be like supportive and not thinking that you can show up to something already made, because I can't push him to be something that I'm not, or that I'm not trying to be for myself. So how can I support you to be great, but I'm not trying to be great myself? That doesn't, but I think women want to already built man because they don't have to do anything. He's not going to require them to do anything. He's not going to require them to up their game.
I'm about to say, just to chime in, from experiencing it myself, a lot of women, they do want the guy that's already established and where he wants to be, and he's kind of content and complacent. Because I experienced it myself with me being a comedian and meeting, well, soon to be my ex-wife. I don't care, I'll say it. Initially, oh yeah, I'm all in, and I want to see you grow, and I want to see you do all these different things. But then when she started getting a taste of the nights away and the weekends away, and it went from I want to see you grow and blossom to, nah, this just ain't for me. This ain't for me. And now it's funny because when we had that conversation, I wasn't where I'm at, and now I'm getting the fruits of my labor. Now she want a piece of it.
No,
and
no. Tell her to eat shit and die.
That's hard.
Damn.
And
So,
it's like, it's like, wait a minute. When you was only making $100, now a nigga making $2,000 and $4,000, $5,000. It does change people, and it's just like, yo, like, if you with me, be with me. If you got my back, have my back.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what though? That six-figure man, or whatever you want to call it, that comes at a cost, right? And women can't, because like you being away was a lot for your spouse, right? Could you imagine being with a baseball player, a football player, a basketball player, when they spend 90% of their time away, which means that you have to learn to be self-sufficient in yourself, to understand that that's cool that you got basketball, but you still got to be and find your own purpose in your individuality. And that's hard when somebody's trying to be codependent on the individual. It's very hard, because if you're putting your identity in another individual, then that's wrong, and that's crazy, because now you're out doing your thing and they mad at you because you're doing your thing.
Like you don't.
I'm about to say, even with that, like and since you're using the basketball analogy, I mean, a lot of times, even with me, I would always have her come travel with me so we can spend the time. So it was always a give and take with everything. Sometimes you got to find a loophole in that. I'm gonna be away every weekend, but maybe this weekend, that weekend, and this weekend, you come travel with me. So now we can spend our time together and we can see the world. So, but you have to have an individual that's willing and wanting to do that. And initially she was gung-ho. Yeah, let's do it. Bang, bang. Oh, shit. And then now when it hit the fan, and now the as they say, you start blowing up and you start growing, it's like, nah, because I was a local comedian when we met. I'm no longer a local comedian. I got to be careful with the words, because last time I said I'm worldwide.
The chitlin circuit right now.
They ate me a new asshole, so I'm gonna be careful with what I say. But I'm traveling more outside of Philly. Let's say that, for better words.
Shout out to Summertime. She said it's because some of us have seen the potential in men and backed them 100%, and we got screwed over. I devoted my time and money to a man's dream and came out with nothing and single.
You jumped on board too early.
I like
loopholes. Too early.
Make the shit work. Nene said, "You the man, Top Flight."
Thank you. I appreciate it. What did Summer say again? What was that she said?
Let's bring it back. She said it's because some of us have seen potential in men and backed them 100%. We got screwed over. I devoted my time and money to a man's dream and came out with nothing and single.
So it's, I don't know if this is true or not, but it sounded like you had an incentive. You had an agenda. If you're going to do something, just do it from your heart and don't expect nothing.
Uh-oh.
It'll be a lot more honest. It'll be a lot more genuine, and it'll be a lot more true. You went in with the precontention that, oh yeah, if I give him a $1, when he make 100, he's supposed to give me at least 50 back. You shouldn't do that. If you're gonna support somebody, support them to the fullest. I supported my ex-wife 1,000% when she went to school to be a nurse practitioner. I stayed home with her son. I babysit. I made sure she was good. I did everything. And then when she got that nice little $150 check, she started making $150,000. She was like, "Fuck out of here, nigga, bitch." She got rid of my ass real quick. You know, she no longer needed
She
me.
might have wanted to get rid of you already. She was just waiting for that.
Exactly. So, but then on the flip side, I
So
never.
in Summer's defense, she said, "Nope, no incentive."
Okay. Hey, look, I'm just was going off of what you posted. That's all. I'm not saying you was or you wasn't, but I'm just saying if there are some people that are like that. Oh, this guy's a basketball player. They say he the next thing. This guy's the next Kevin Hart.
You don't have nobody putting their money behind that shit. Their money and their time. You don't.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Who to put his money and time behind somebody? Women don't generally.
That's right, Summer. It better be from the heart, because I'll punch you in your pinky toe.
Yo, you better not let it go back.
Said, "Oh no, seeing him at his best
I ain't
was
gonna
the
fuck
goal."
with you.
Oh, you said don't let her hit me back?
No, I'm talking about don't let her get back, because if you fuck with her again, I'm not talking to you no more.
That's terrible. Big O.
Look at you. Look, he's sticking up for his
If he wants to get back with that
Do
woman,
not take relationship advice from Angry OG, okay? Do not, under any circumstances, take relationship advice from Angry OG.
Why not?
Because that's terrible.
You want that shit to last? Hey,
She
look,
gave him shit to eat when she made it.
America was built on second chances, okay?
You don't get no second chance if somebody back your dream, and when you make it, you give them shit to eat.
Hold on, though,
no
bro.
second chance then.
The one thing we can't control.
You're giving advice
listen,
off of
I
1%
agree to an
of
extent.
what you know.
Hold on, Mars. I agree to an extent, but it's for me, the heart always want what the heart wants, right? It don't matter if you fucking if Flight end up being Kevin Hart or LeBron James. Like, it's examples everywhere where people would like love just conquered, and they
ain't no love. You got me sleeping in the fucking car. Ain't
Wow.
no love like that. No, fuck that.
I don't know
We
nothing.
keep it in the bean. He lost it all because he believed in her dream, but she didn't believe in his. He helped her attain her fucking dream.
But
But this
again,
is what you gotta understand.
No more.
but again, regardless of whatever the circumstances was, sometimes how many times have you looked at a situation, right? And you've been like, yo, that motherfucker is stupid. I would never.
Yeah.
Bro, we see it all the time. Like, I wouldn't advise him to go back. I'm just saying sometimes we can't control how we are or how we feel emotionally or what that connection is with somebody.
Ain't no coming back.
You know how long it sometimes take women or take men to see that their significant other is just not good for them, or they're a piece of shit. Like, every case is like, shout out to Tasha W. She said every case is different.
It's different, right?
And it is. So ultimately,
that's the missing case,
if the circumstance, whatever the circumstances were, right? Sometimes people separate and come back together, and it's even better. And regardless of how I feel, like, I'm gonna be honest. Let me be transparent for a second.
Hold on. With that being said, it's a line that you don't cross, that you can't come back from.
Nah, bro.
I understand being apart and getting back together, but it's a line. Once you cross that line, you can't go back.
So let me ask you this, right? Like, no, let me be transparent for a second, right? My mom, she was dating this guy, right? And he was physically abusive, right? So you in your opinion, like, that would be enough for it to be over, right? Like,
that would be enough for me to break his fucking face.
Now, here's the thing. I did all of that, right? And they still, like, she ended up coddling this motherfucker and telling me, get out of there. Like, at the end of the day, that person, you can't say enough is enough for that person. Like, they got to be like, yo, it's enough. Because my mind still dated him after that. Now, granted, they're not together, any longer now, but ultimately, me whooping his ass ain't do shit. you know, to help my mom. It just made me feel better about him. So let me go over some of these comments right quick.
But see, I think that people are done when they're done, because you know it's crazy because someone recently was dating someone and they were going through something as a couple, and the mom went and got the boy, the male, from the house with the girlfriend, but lo and behold, a couple of months later, he creeping with the girl behind the mama back. That's why people are done with people, like the Big Exclusive said, whenever they're done. And you can't stop being somebody's friend because they want to go back and be a dickhead somewhere. You got to be their friend even when they're doing the wrong thing.
Exactly. Support is everything. Summer said, everything I do is from the heart. I love my boo. It sure ain't. Nene said, I think old head is saying he shouldn't take his ex-wife back now that he's up. Correct me if I'm no, and I just said, and I agree, right? I agree with that because I just said, yo, I wouldn't take her back ultimately. Like now that you see me on the way up and you trying to get back on board, no, because of the way you did me. But the hard thing is, people are done when they're done. Like he can't honestly say at this moment in time that he's never going to go back to that lady.
He need to.
And I would agree with that, but you know, we just don't know the heart what the heart want. You know what I mean?
But then that's like, you know, when girls are dating boys and boys or males are putting their hands on them and they go get their brother, and then their brother knock that boy upside the head, whatever that is, and then 2 weeks later she back with that nigga. Like that's the same thing.
That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges.
It's the same thing. You can't say when somebody should be done.
First of all, if me and you together, and I believed in your dream, and when you got your dream, and it all fell apart, and I end up sleeping in the fucking car, that's what makes it not hard. That's what makes it not hard to remember that I was sleeping in the fucking car because of you, because it didn't work and I had to get out. That's what makes it not. That's what makes, you know, when I think about that, that makes it easy to not go back.
Well, I'm glad you're strong-willed because I can't say I would.
And that makes it easy for you.
It's not strong-willed. It's just reality-based. Like, why would I go back to somebody that did me like that? You showed me who you was. You basically showed me who you was.
Big Rose said, my female cousin was in a relationship with a dude who whooped her ass daily. We went through the crib, trashed him, trashed the house. 6 days later, she went right back to him. Shannon Wright.
People just done when they done.
That's it.
It's nothing that we can ever do about it. It's nothing we can do about it.
I mean, have your opinion on it. Yeah,
yes, absolutely. But what you gonna do? You're like, all right, we going over there. We friends with him right now. I would never want to alienate my friend, especially if I know this is something that's not going to work out in the long run. I don't know the particular situation that you're speaking on, but I had a friend that was going through things like that, and they were whooping up on each other. It was nothing I can do about it. It's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is keep being her friend.
So, OG, quick question. So, and it's the last thing on this, so we can move on. So, does that person's choice affect how you treat that person?
No, because he got to deal with it, not me.
Got you.
I was just talking shit, saying that I wouldn't fuck with him no more. But if that's his choice, he got to deal with her. I don't.
Hey, Summer said, but I'm not going to lie to my friend. Understood.
You ain't got to.
You shouldn't have to. Big Roll, shout out to Big Roll. He said, Big Exclusive hoodies are dope. # represent. Shout out to everybody who ordered their Big Exclusive podcast hoodies.
I need one of those
Jones
too.
Looking crazy.
I got Nashua John. I got to get it.
And you got I need a black and white one.
Nashua got a real exclusive. Nobody.
Hold on. Put that up there. How in the hell did Nashua get some super exclusive? First of all, the color is exclusive.
And it's bedazzled.
Exclusive. Yeah, the shit sparkling and shining and everything.
Because YouTube crowned her as a super fan, so she got to get rewarded for that.
That is true. You
gotta get rewarded for
definitely.
That. Nobody else is going to get that. Nobody else. That's
like super fan. That's a 1-on-1. That's a 1-on-1, right?
Exactly.
No, Nene, I'm not hating. He made a great point. Like you definitely like auntie to the show. You family. You like seriously, you rock out so hard. I definitely appreciate you. You deserve the exclusive.
That's
I
right.
just was wondering how the hell it happened because I don't even have no exclusive shit yet. Like
You don't
I'm
deserve it.
damn. Woo, woo! I don't deserve it. Wow.
Well, what about me? I asked for a black and white one, sir. No bedazzle on mine, please.
No, I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do you like that.
No
You told
bedazzle.
me, I don't recall you asking for a certain color. I got you.
I did. I asked for a hoodie. I didn't ask for a specific one, but I'll take a extra large black and white,
Hold the
please.
fuck up. How he deserve one and I don't deserve one? What kind of shit it is?
Because that's my main man.
That's right. You got downgraded, sir. You might.
So Chef Marcy, what's up, boo boo?
You got downgraded. You might not even be in the way.
Yo, let's keep the show pushing. It's something I wanted to touch on right quick, right? Because I had saw this and I was on, TikTok uploading some stuff to that platform to try to get some more traffic to the Big Exclusive podcast. That's why we consistently ask you guys to share the podcast whenever you can. We appreciate that. So that we get some love from algorithm on all the streaming platforms. And I gotta say again, the numbers for the Big Exclusive podcast have been incredible this last month. Like we finishing this last quarter so strong. I'm so proud of my guys. I'm so proud of the work that we've been putting in, and everybody who's listening right now. If you can hear the sound of my voice, be it live or be it the audio, and if you're on whatever platform you're on, listen to the podcast, I gotta say thank you, and I appreciate you guys because the numbers are like going up and up, and we haven't even kicked like promo and marketing into high gear. This just been our family who listen to the show, spreading that word of mouth about how dope we are. So I appreciate everybody who tunes into the podcast live and who spreads the word about the podcast. The numbers are like beyond my wildest dreams right now. And again, we're not competing with Joe Rogan or Joe Budden or none of those other major ones. But I'll tell you what, for who we are and the numbers that we producing right now, I got a feeling we'll be there in no time. So, get down now. Get down now and tell a friend to tell a friend. But I wanted to talk about this. I found this interesting. I was on TikTok. And it was like, what country? I want everybody, if you can hear the sound of my voice and you're on the live now, what country do you think produced the most serial killers of all time? Like, which country you think produced the most, and which country do you think produced the least? So everybody who's in the comments, right now, I just found it so interesting, right? I really did. You have to get to the point where you had enough. Shout out to Tiff on the last situation. She said situations are different. You have to get to the point where you've had enough in order to make someone in order to make some type of change. But OG, what country you think produced the most serial killers of all time? This is a quick topic too. I just wanted to get it out because I felt like it was insane. OG, the most serial killers, what country?
This alleged great country of ours.
And what country you think?
We produce some sadistic, heinous motherfuckers in this country.
All right. Now, what country you think produced the least amount of serial killers?
Probably somewhere where they fuck you up for doing something eye for eye, like China or some shit like that.
Okay, Top Flight. What country you think produced the most serial killers of all time?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know.
You can't answer. I don't know. Give me a country, bro. The fuck kind of shit is that? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hundreds of countries you could choose from. Pick one. It don't matter. There's no right. I mean, it is a right answer, but it's just your opinion. What you think? What country you think produced the most serial killers?
What's that? What? Korea. How about that? They Bruce Lee ass. What the hell?
You wild. And which country produced the least? Right quick. Which one produced the least?
America.
He actually
Okay.
who produced the serial killers, not Don Shoes.
Marcy,
Hey, y'all,
what
listen.
country? What country?
I think it's us. I think it's us.
All right. And what
Yeah, I think
country
it's
you
the
feel
US.
like produced the least amount of serial killers?
The UK.
The UK? Okay. Flight, you leaving? It's showtime? You on mute, nigga.
I'm getting ready to go ahead and do the sound check and all that stuff. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
All right. Have a good show.
All right. Big Rose said Europe produced the most, Hawaii produced the least. Europe got all them
Hawaii
hostels
not a country.
and shit.
He sound like Flight.
Stop. Don't do that.
That's
Don't do
part of the
that.
continent of U.S., ain't it?
He said Europe produced the most. Hawaii, yeah, Hawaii is definitely part of the continental USA. So I'm gonna give y'all the answer. I'm gonna tell y'all first of all, and this is the country that's produced. Well, number 20 is the Netherlands, right? Number 20 is the Netherlands. They've produced, and this is up to date. This is as of this current moment. They produced 12 serial killers, right? And serial killers is defined as killing 3 or more people within no certain amount of time, and like the same MO. So the Netherlands is number 20, right? Number 10, Russia. Number 9, India. Number 8, Australia. 7, Germany. 6, Japan. 5, Italy. 4, Canada. South Africa, 100. I'm sorry, South Africa, number 3. England, number 2. Right? And number 1, by fucking far.
I knew it.
This shit is not a landslide. It's not even close.
Fucking boat race.
I'm gonna tell you like this. England is number 2 with 166 serial killers. South Africa, number 3 with 117. Canada, number 4 with 106. Italy round out the top 5 with 97. Anybody want to take a guess at how many serial killers?
About 2,000.
I was going to say in the thousands. It got to be in the thousands.
This is obscene. This is obscene. So England is number 2 with 166. The United States is number 1 with, drum roll please, 3,204 serial killers. 3,204 serial killers. Okay.
Jesus.
Fuck.
And what's the least? Who's
number 20?
Number 20 is the Netherlands. They produced 12 serial killers. 12. The different 3,204, and number 2, the closest other country is England with 166. Now, the reason I bring this up and the reason I wanted to talk about this shit, right, is we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to know, why is it we produced far and beyond so many more serial killers than every other country?
Because we went and got them motherfuckers out the caves.
They went
and took up shop here, man.
But no, they everywhere, right? Like,
but no, the white people.
So listen, is no country in Africa made the list. No country in Africa.
I don't think.
No, South Africa number 3. Yeah, South Africa was the only country. There's like 84 countries in Africa.
I don't think by nature we're violent. I just think circumstances causes us to be violent. But by nature,
I can definitely see that.
Because by nature, we are the most, like we don't hate people. We don't hate white people because they hate us. Like we'll give, like they can walk through our neighborhoods and we won't fuck with them. Go through all white neighborhoods somewhere and watch.
Hey, look, you remember the convention center when it was down there by Chop 34th Civic Center Boulevard?
Ooh, that was years ago.
Yeah, but do you remember like trying to go to WrestleMania and sneak in, or going into any South Philly neighborhood during that time? And they used to chase us with hockey sticks.
Try to go down 30th and Tasker back then.
No,
at that playground.
Nah, but this is where I was going, because this is what I thought. Shout out to Tasha Queen. She said we got the most mental issues, and that's where I was going with it, because I was trying to figure out what would make us. Shout out to Crystal too. Crystal said overworked, high stress, more laws, more restrictions, and people are losing their minds. And I got it. I gotta agree with that. Big Rose said I agree with Angry. We got the most white people. He said white people got issues. They got tons of white friends. They can be very disturbed. Like, let you be. Dallas Cowboy fan and go to the link. Shout out to the Giants, first win of the season. Whooped the Saints' ass.
Are you serious?
Eagles took another loss. Nothing makes me happier on a Sunday than the Eagles losing and the Giants winning. It gets even better if Dallas
really
loses.
Been happy and shit. Then. These past few years, you've really been happy because you ain't won that many games.
Now, and listen, that was one of the highlights of my weekend. Like out of a bad weekend, like when I tell you, it was 2 highlights for my weekend. The rest of that shit was just all bad, bro. Just all fucking bad. I had 2 highlights this weekend. The rest of that shit was all fucking bad. But just to put a bow tie on a serial killer thing, I just think America has the most mental issues that go undiagnosed. I feel a lot of that come from our military folks who come back from these conflicts with PTSD, and they can't get the help that they need because the government.
You a trained killer,
and you
trained to kill. You're supposed to come back home and turn that shit off.
But see, a lot of them be killers already. That's why the government hired them.
But you can't flip that switch on somebody and then expect them to be able to turn it off when they come back home. They be mentally fried.
I think
they high stress situations like that shit fry your brain.
Facts. And then here's the thing: they train you to be a killer, and even if you're already a killer, at that point you licensed to kill, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
It's even harder to come back and try to adjust when there's no conflict to fight, when there's nobody to kill. Like, how do you satisfy that? How do you satisfy that? And the government lacks the government lacks the resources, lacks the commitment to make sure that the military is taken care of when they come home from these conflicts.
They don't lack resources, they refuse to provide them. They don't lack them.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that as well.
When you get here, when you get back, the fight becomes you fighting yourself. The fight is inside your mind.
Exactly. And
that's the worst fight to have is within yourself. You cannot win that fight.
And OG, that's an awesome segue, an awesome transition into one of the other topics, which is mental health. Before you start, though, OG, because you're going to lead this one. Christine said, damn, you're a hater, about time y'all won one. Tell them why you mad, son. Big Exclusive definitely had a giant chef hat on. Salute, homie. You damn right. Tasha W said 2 highlights. Big Rose said, as long as white parents keep their kids on those child leashes up until they're 9, they grow up to be serial killers.
No, I think that's inbred in them. They if you look like, there used to be this show called The Vikings. And it would just show how they were back then. They were just going to countries and killing folks,
pillaging and plundering and killing everything.
That's how this country was founded.
Raping women.
This country
they just do it, and they still do it.
This country was formed on that. Like, they call themselves conquerors. Like, we're no fucking conqueror.
No, that they always like white people always feel like they've been entitled to things. They felt like they were better than other folks. And it's so crazy. I never understood how things could be as tense as they are in Philly, because you literally live on the same block with Black, white, Chinese, and Arab. Like, I don't understand how you got a nerve to be racist when you live on the same block, which means that we both afford this house in this area.
Man, a lot of them people don't. it's the entitlement. But OG, one of the things you wanted to talk about this week, which I super love that you brought up, was mental health. And it was a few incidences that happened that you kind of wanted to talk about. And again, my heart goes out to my city, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm born and raised in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yeah. Place called The Bottom. Shout out to all my Bottom family. But OG wanted to bring this mental health issue to the table because some stuff happened over the weekend. And once again, shout out to Uncle Russ, Big Shug. My thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. He lost his son. And I want to make sure, you know, we showing him some love and letting him know that we there for him. But OG, mental health, what we talking about?
I was this crazy part about it. I was talking to somebody last week about just in general about the killings in and of itself that's been going on. So they, you know, it don't even have a time and a place. It just happened wherever. So they mentioned it was like, well, so what's going to be next? Like, you just going to go in somebody's job and kill them while they at work? And lo and behold, 2 fucking days later, guy goes to the building, the office building on Old York Road, and kill a security guard. That's Friday. Then yesterday, guy goes into Jefferson Hospital and gun his co-worker down, leaving the U-Haul, and then engage the police in the shootout on like 40th and Parkside or whatever. And they said he was nothing wrong with him. He was cool. And something happened and he just had to flip, man. To go shoot your co-worker who you was cool with, you shot him down in cold blood at work, and for what? Like you never know what kind of demon somebody is fighting, you know, within themselves. Like that's some demonic shit to be, you know, to do. Like he had body armor on and everything. Like he just was at the end of his rope. He felt like he just lost it.
Yeah, I always say the toughest battle you can fight is the one with yourself.
You can't win it. You can't win it.
No, well, I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think you. I think you can win that battle. Nene said, "Crazy." I heard all them shots that night. So sad. I don't think it's necessarily a battle that you can't win. The problem is, I don't think people have the necessary tools to win that battle. See, in any conflict or any war or any battle whatsoever, you kind of want to educate yourself and arm yourself with the necessary tools and the necessary weapons to win that battle. A lot of the mental health stuff and the mental health battles that people go through, they aren't armed for it. They're not equipped to fight those battles.
You can't win it by yourself.
That's it.
You can't win it by yourself.
Right. You can't win it by yourself.
And help. And in our community, that's a sign of weakness.
And that's true. Anytime, like, and hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, with the help of, you know, a lot of the leadership and a lot of the people in our community are starting to, you know, let it be known that it's okay to seek mental help. People who come to mind is Naomi Osaka. She famously and controversially withdrew from, I think it was Wimbledon, because she had some mental health issues that she wanted to deal with. Charlemagne the God, he talks about mental health a lot on the Breakfast Club and how he's in therapy consistently.
I don't think it's one person
Simone
that
Biles
has seen something that they need therapy for. I think we all could use the therapy.
I think we all could use therapy in some sort of way, because a lot of these deep-seated issues that we have, we aren't equipped to handle. And like I said, I'm personally in therapy, and I have to say, it's extremely difficult to be that naked in front of a complete stranger. And I don't mean literally. I mean mentally, to talk about some of the things that trigger you, some of the experiences that you have that you may be embarrassed about. I'm here to tell you, if you're going to enter into therapy, number one, just do your homework. Just because they send you to one therapist doesn't mean you have to choose that therapist, depending on your insurance. Interview those people. They get paid because you have to be there. They work for you at that point to help you get through whatever mental issues that you have.
And you got
so don't just see one, see multiple. And then when you find one that you're comfortable with, just like OG just said, be honest, because that person isn't there to judge you. They didn't heard it all. They are trained professionals, right? So when the only way therapy works is if you are completely transparent and honest with that person, right? Because that person, he or she, is going to be able to give you the necessary tools, right, to deal with some of these mental health issues and triggers, and more importantly, it needs to be diagnosed.
Shout out to my man Bob, Maurice Barr.
Everything is not depression, right? Some people have personality disorders. Some people suffer from schizophrenia,
and some people need to be medicated, need the medicine for it, man. It balances you out. Like some people, have those chemical imbalances, and like I've dealt with it because I had an uncle and an aunt with mental illness, and I remember them when they wasn't mentally ill, and when they both got a certain age, it kicked in.
Yeah,
and when they wasn't on their medicine, they was totally different, and when they was on their medicine, they was fine, but they didn't want to take the meds.
So I want to bring in a few comments. Maurice Barr said deep topic. Tasha Queen said tools to stay in recovery. Got to cut off people, places, and things. Some not ready. I agree. We got to please normalize therapy. Absolutely. And this is a good one. Big Rose said, just an opinion, I don't think the murder rate in Philly is where it is because of mental health. The average age of the shooter in the hood is 15. That to me sounds like an issue with upbringing, the negative influence of social media. Bro, we're gonna come back to that.
But I want to get talking about.
Don said exactly. If you go into therapy to find excuses for your shit, you're just wasting your money. And I have had people go. Just try and reinforce their narrative. I can see that. So he basically saying, don't go in there and bullshit yourself. Go in there and be honest.
When you bullshit the baker, you get a bun.
Exactly. So let's go back. Let's go back to Big Roll's opinion for a second. He said, just an opinion. I don't think the murder rate in Philly is where it is because of mental health. The average age of the shooter in the hood is 15. That to me still sounds like an issue with. No, he said that to me sounds like an issue with upbringing and the negative influence of social media. All right, let's unpack that a little bit for a second.
Yeah, because that's a lot. That's a lot there.
Tasha Queen says still. Let me say this first. I think Big Roll, you're correct in your assessment as far as the age of the shooters and the upbringing aspect of it and the impact of social media. Now,
Tasha is right to still mental because those kids, they don't know how to communicate. So when you can't communicate, they don't understand pain. They don't understand that you could talk a lot of the shit they're going through. You could talk about that shit and it's over with. And they resort to violence because they don't even value life in and of itself. So like they don't even really understand death. You can't come back from that shit. There's no coming back. And they really understand that shit. And they mind not even equipped to handle the shit. Like case in point, young people, they text all day, text. That's not even a human interaction. They don't even know how to interact. They can't hold the conversation.
Right. I think a lot of where the young kids are today is virtual. So let me kind of explain why I still think it's a mental issue. Right. Excuse me. I'm guessing that the average age is 15 and I was going to say boys, but let's go men and women. Let's not leave anybody out because mental health is mental health, male or female. Right. So here's how I feel like it ties into still being mental health. Number one, these kids, I feel like live in a virtual world. They live through their avatars, right? They live through the Instagram avatar, the social media posts. Likes are now causing depression in kids. Comments, lack of likes and comments are causing depression in kids. And to them, real life is a video game because all their interaction is virtual. There's no human interaction. It's not reality. So the lack of value placed on life itself is an issue, and that's a mental issue because, okay, let's say for instance, those kids go out, one of those 15-year-olds go out and they kill somebody, right? Me as an adult male at 43 years old can't imagine killing somebody and dealing with the mental ramifications of killing somebody, right? I had a friend accidentally kill a child and still deals with those mental issues till this day. And it was an accident. It was a total and complete accident, right? So I just feel like young men and women who live in that virtual world, because it's virtual, because you don't have that human interaction, because you can't see it, touch it, feel it, smell it, taste it, like it doesn't mean anything to you. So I think it's not, like Big Roll is right to an extent, it's not only a mental issue, right? Upbringing plays a part in it. Yeah. Social media definitely plays a part in it. The music most certainly plays a huge part in it, if you ask me, because the young people in Philly have adopted that Chicago drill type music scene where it's all about killing ops and getting ops and being as disrespectful as you can be to somebody who's already dead and gone.
And the drugs play a part too.
Absolutely.
The pills and
absolutely, because again, they already live in a virtual reality world, and then you add drugs and you alter that reality even more. Those are mental issues, if you ask me. Big Roll came back and said, dope point, angry, but the presence of a dad or a two-parent home gives a better shot of being mentally stable than nobody being there to guide them at all.
That's not always the case, because
I think that's true.
Bring your child up in a two-parent home. You can bring them up, but it's up to them to go out in the world and perform the way you brought them up. Now, if they go astray, that's not on their upbringing, because you brought them up to do right, but they chose to do wrong on their own.
I think that's a double-edged sword, right? And this is what I was going to say was, so I am the product of a single mother, right? And over right before the summer started, we got my two nieces, right? And I kept wondering why my niece was kind of like, one of my nieces was 10 and one is 8 and she has Down syndrome. But my niece that was 8 just kind of took a liking, like immediate liking to my husband. Like she wanted to play the game with him. She wanted to go running with him. She wanted to go work out with him. I didn't understand what that was. And then I had to kind of like really think about it. And then I had to realize my nieces don't know any other father figure. They don't know any strong male role model in their life. They were kind of raised the way I was, which means that the balance in their life is always off. Their lack of respect for males is pretty much non-existent because they don't know how to interact with males, right? But I do think that the way you raise do play who you are as an adult, right? And I say that, and I only can speak for myself. My mother raised me a way that in the beginning of my 20s, I had no respect for men, not near one. I had respect for one man. And it's a terrible thing because he was a man that was doing his thing with my mother. Now, he would say, Marcy, go get a job, and boom, I would go get a job. You know, he would say, Marcy, you need to go off and make sure you got good grades, and that's what I would go do, right? And, you know, and I think about that to this day, and I realize how impressionable I was at that time. But I also say this, that my mother raised me a way where I didn't have no respect for men. And then as I dated, I was it. Like, we can do this. Like, we can fight. We can do this. Because that's where I was, and that's what I knew. But I think that the way my mother raised me also had a strong imprint on who I am as an adult. It didn't change I didn't change my perspective until I spent my time around different people. And that's when I realized that behavior wasn't tolerable. But if I would have never spent my time with different people, I would have never thought anything was wrong with my behavior, because that's how my mother acted. That's how my sister acted. That's how my cousins act. So nothing's wrong with my behavior because that's how the people around me behave. Until I got with a different group of people, I was like, yo, this is not how I'm supposed to be out in this world.
All right, shout out to Tasha Queen. She said parents still lose control. Nene says she has a child like that. Big Roll back with the big comment. He said it's about choice. But if I had to bet money, I would say big exclusive girls are going to turn out to be successful responsible women because of the influence of their father. Not saying it's a guarantee, but upbringing to me gives them a better shot, not involving mental health. He says, not a guarantee, just a better chance to make better choices.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's really important.
I'm gonna definitely agree with that.
Yeah, because it's girls, like girls and boys are different though.
Yeah.
It's far easier for a guy to go astray than the girl. A whole lot easier. Girls don't have basically all the outside influences that boys have coming up.
No, they're equal. I can remember being at Salzburg Middle School in 7th grade, and my girlfriend told me she was sucking dick already. And now I'm in 7th grade. It's a different kind of influence, but it's still the same influence.
I'm talking about as far as like breaking the law and shit like that. Like how they out here, how these kids out here, going batshit crazy, doing all this shooting and shit.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and a lot of my friends thought that I was insane, right? Because when I first found out I was gonna be a dad, and for a long time, I don't know, I thought I was impotent or something like that. I didn't have kids till I was 33 years old. Kayla was my first at 33. So for a long time, I thought I couldn't have kids. But when I did found out I was gonna have a child, all of my buddies were happy. They were excited. Like, yo, you want that boy, right? You want a junior, right? And this, that, and to their shock and amazement, I was like, hell no, I want a girl. Because this was my mentality, right? My mentality was that it's not because my producer said much easier to deal with, and it wasn't that for me. My mentality was where I came from and my personal experience as a black man coming up. I trusted nobody. My head was always on a swivel. And to me, the worst thing my daughter could come home and be is pregnant. I can deal with that. Pop, here I come. Being the granddad, here I come. But the young men, the biggest fear for me was always somebody gonna shoot my fucking son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that knock on the door like, yo, somebody, there was a shooting incident at so-and-so and so-and-so, and we need you to come identify your son who shot. No. And again, it might be irrational, and it probably is. But that was my mentality. I didn't want a son.
That's reality based. Like
I didn't want a son. I wanted, and when daughter number 2 was coming, when we found out we were pregnant with Cameron, and they like, oh, you decided to have that boy. I said, I pray not. I hope it's a girl. Oh, she not going. You don't want your son to carry your legacy and your last name. Listen, if I'm dead and I'm gone, the fuck do that matter? And I was always told that you live until the last person who remembers your name is gone. I think that'll take a long time. So at the end of the day, I wanted girls because my fear was so heavy or so bad with having boys and somebody doing something to my boys. Because again, let's be real, it wasn't just jealous people in the neighborhood or the drug dealers in the neighborhood. It was the people who owned the stores, the shops. It was the police.
Mm-hmm.
It was the police. So it was the women who set boys up because they want to rock. Like it was too much. And all of this shit is based off my personal experience. And I won't speak to it, but OG, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about because you grew up and you watched me grow up in that same damn neighborhood. So you know exactly where I'm coming from when I say what I say. So for me, I always wanted girls because I felt like it was just too hard to be a black man coming from where I came from.
But they say if you have girls, you want to mature. And they say if you have boys, you want unconditional love. And I think there probably is some truth to that.
Well, no, I probably needed to mature at that point because I didn't have kids. Most of my relationships probably weren't that serious at the time. And I had the dream. I wanted the wife and the house and the picket fence. And, for a very brief period of time, I had that. But for me, the issues,
You fucked it up.
Why you got me coming at my man's like that? It ain't even you didn't do the right. No, you fucked it up.
Listen, I'm gonna read these topics. We're gonna put a bow on this one, and then we're gonna go to the next topic, okay? Because I think that's a great segue into the next topic, OG. I that was good. Hold that thought. Don, super producer. Don said, when you teach kids about the stupid stuff that leads them to bad choices, the less they will be pushed into it via peer pressure and other foolishness. Anybody who knows me will tell you I don't hide anything from my girls. Anything that I see or anything I'm doing or involved in, they see. I don't hide anything from them. Tasha Queen said, I agree, but with me being a single mother, I will stop at nothing to make sure my son had the best chance. Now, it may be a little rougher, but obtainable. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to deal with it. I just didn't want to live with that paranoia and that fear. Big Rose says, from my own experience, I can tell you I got 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. She's 19. My boys are definitely easier to raise than my daughter. Laughing my ass off. Girls I feel like are a lot more expensive. Like they at a young age. Like
we can be more expensive. I can definitely see that. But I think that boys though, like y'all sneakers be like $100.
That's what I'm saying. So boys are more expensive because their shit is costs way more than you can take $200. For $200 for a boy, you ain't gonna get shit.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of knickknacks with girls though, especially.
But how often? Here's the thing: how often are you shopping for your boy, and how often are you shopping for your girl?
But it don't. But it's still you could go shop with her 10 times, and go with him twice, and his tab is higher than hers. That's want to go to 5 and below. This nigga just texted me this morning that he needs $200 for shoes. That's want to go to 5 and below. How much you spending 5 and below?
Kayla and Cameron want to go to 5 and below. They want to go to what's the store with the Claire's?
And how do you need $200 for shoes? You got holes in your shit?
Yeah. Oh, and then birthdays. Whoa. Shout out to Cameron, my baby girl. She just had her birthday weekend. She had an awesome time. I'm super proud of her. She 8 now. So
now you need that cork and the Kotex and the maxi pad to stop the bleeding.
It's not gonna stop. Kayla's birthday is October 14th.
You just menstruating every day, all day tonight.
I'm just bleeding, bro. I'm just bleeding. Nene said, "Oh my God, yes, my everyday fare." Tasha Queen said, "Gotta." She said, "Gotta," but in the work. I'm not sure I'm reading that right. All right. Fight to raise them in a different area. Schools teach them actual life lessons. Agreed. Big Rose said Shannon would have been a good dad to sons. I felt like I was going to be a good dad regardless, but I didn't want to live with that constant thing. Yeah. Tiffany Ann says, I can relate. I'm terrified every time my sons are not in my presence for me to protect them. It's a terrible world to raise kids in. The age of innocence is lost. Agreed. Shay Harmony said, boys are more expensive. Big Rose said, facts. And Tiffany Ann comes back with, my 16-year-old son wears a size 14 shoe. I dread purchasing his sneakers.
No, you need to go hang outside the Sixers locker room for some handouts and shit.
Right.
You gotta order for, like, who the fuck carries size 14s in the store?
So we're going to jump into this other topic, OG, and it looks like we're not going to get to every single one of them, but because you asked me if I fucked it up. So the topic that kind of
answer neither.
What are the signs that you're being cheated on? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear the sound of my voice,
on this.
I need you. No, I just said, like, you got to let me finish the thought, bro. I was just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we need y'all opinions on this. I need y'all to light the comments up. I need signs that you know, or what are the signs that you are being cheated on? We all been cheated on before. I need those comments to light up right now and tell us what signs you recognize and how you knew you were being cheated on.
So if you cheat first and they cheat back, who getting cheated on?
Wait, say it again.
What?
If you cheat first and they cheat back, like who got cheated on?
That's stupid.
No, that's what goes on though.
I know, and I never understood that. Let me just tell you why I never understood.
But
that.
not necessarily cheat back if y'all both cheating.
But it don't matter. I think it's stupid, right? Whether it's a cheat back or cheating with someone, right? I just never understood it because if a guy cheats on you, you fuck his homeboy, and it makes no difference because now they both fuck the same girl. Like you don't get a one up in that situation. Like you don't. I never understood.
You just defamed your own character by doing
that's
it.
why I never understood that. I never understood that, right? I didn't because you just like gave them more ammunition to call you a hoe or whatever. Now they dapping it up because they cool again, and you out there looking stupid. Like I never understood that. I don't really know because for me, when I got cheated on the 2 times, I didn't realize it. Like it had to be like one time I was somebody's side chick, right, for like 2 years, but I didn't know that 2 years. Now, I mean, when I say this, right, I was going out with his mother. I was going to Atlantic City. We were going to concerts. Like I was with his pop. I was with his sisters, and them. Like ain't about nothing. One day we had to go to a cookout. One day we had to go to a cookout, and we was in Philly. I used to live on 58th and Christian, right? We was in Philly, but he lived like, you know, Baltimore Pike where that Red Lobster is. Like he lived back there somewhere, right?
Bishop Hill Apartments. I used to live in those.
Yeah, he lived in one of those. Don't ask how. No, I don't even think he know. I even like showed up his crib one day. I'm telling you, I used to be really terrible. But like one day we were going to Chester, right? And we worked at the same place. So he was like, well, you know, I'm like, well, you can pick me up. I'm gonna get dressed. I ride with you to Delaware County, and then boom, we go to Chester. He said, no, I'm gonna go to Delaware County by myself, come all the way back to Philly and pick you up, and boom, then we go to Chester. And that was when the red flag thing. That was it. Until then, like I was with his mom, his sisters, his cousin. We tripping it up, we clubbing it up, we not like doing our thing. Didn't know until that moment. I was like, well, why can't I go to your house? At that particular moment, that's when I asked. Before that, I didn't know. And then one nigga let me know he was getting ready to cheat. He was going to somebody's housewarming. He told me I couldn't go because his ex was going to be there. And I just thought that was it. You knew you was going to cheat.
OG. Wait, you want me to read some of the comments first? Because they coming in fast and furious.
Oh man,
yeah, that's what
they coming in fast and furious.
Government.
How you know? What are some of the signs that you know you're being cheated on? Big Roll said lack of communication. Nene says when the routine shift way less, and she got the beat up face emojis. Social media showed me that's got a fucking sting right there. Big Roll said the passions disappeared. Tasha Queen agrees with the facts. Dante, super producer, said when she uses Don, you gotta
redo that.
Yeah, let's remix that. When she uses friend for people she going out with. If it's a chick, most of the time she got no problem saying who it is. Okay. All right. I see.
He's saying like when somebody like I'm going out with my friend, but usually they say I'm going out with Keisha. I'm going out with Keisha, but now you like going out with my friend.
Big Roll says she call you by your government name instead of boo. Hello, Roland. Laugh out loud. Tiff said the signs are change of patterns or behavior. When there's a change sexually, meaning the lack of or him or her trying different things out of nowhere. Oh shit!
He could have been watching porn and got that move off of porn though.
Right. Big Rose said, "Stop answering your phone when you go out. Your bra and panties start to match when you go out." Hello.
Big Rose got all of the signs.
Start going to the gym after 10 years and 30 cheeseburgers. Shit talking increases.
How often
shift change. Tilting your phone on an angle so you can see the screen when text messages, and chef on game. So listen, a lot of these, and look, it's more out there. I know y'all got more because it's real. Y'all want to take a stab? OG, you want to take a stab at it?
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Look at this shit. We had his other girlfriend, Kat.
What?
Hell, fuck.
Why would you? Nah, man. I don't know. Like I've never like checked nobody's phone or anything like that. So I never went
When you
down
look
that
for
road.
shit, you find shit.
Yeah, I never went down that road.
Go
But like
looking.
literally, like those are the 2 times in my head that I can remember being cheated on. And that was it. Like, yeah, I never checked phones and that things like that. But please understand, it was going down once I realized what the deal was. Like, again, I told you
How
guys
about when
I
you
was
cheated?
toxic in my heyday. So
How about when you cheated?
I've only cheated once.
That's why I said, how about when you cheated?
I told
Well,
y'all when I cheated once, it was because somebody felt like I owed them. That was it. Like it wasn't no hoorah and like no text message leading up to the sex. Like it was somebody from when I was a teenager. Huh?
Did you get busted?
No.
As you
As Big
I
Rose
cried,
said,
I
side
cried
note,
because that
women-
person drunk so much that he couldn't take me home. So I had to get a cab. And I was like around Erie, West Oakland or something like that. And it's 4 a.m. And I'm outside like, where is this cab at? But my boyfriend at the time saw I cheated, but he never had any evidence.
And you ain't gonna give it to him tonight, are you?
I mean, I could care less. I'm married now. It don't matter.
Look, she gonna take that to her grave.
Right. Side note, Big Rose said women are the best cheaters. Women only get caught if they let it happen. Usually the dude women cheat with gamed her up and preyed on her weaknesses.
Nah,
bullshit.
Some of us out here got
bullshit.
game.
Dudes get caught.
Some of us got game.
We just don't even be giving the because you think you ain't gonna get caught, so you don't even give a fuck about
women don't cheat.
Right?
Shout out to Summer. Summer said, I had no clue I was being cheated on. His other girlfriend moved and left her cat. Her house got sold, so he had to get the cat out of the house. He told me it was his cousin's cat and she was giving it away. And she also said, I didn't find out until the end when he was confessing his sin.
Ain't no way in the world I'm coming clean.
You might as well go ahead and take that.
I'm not copping no. I'm not coming clean.
You go ahead and take that one to the Grizzave at that point.
I'm not coming clean.
But I'll say this. I feel like there is some truth to women are the best cheaters. True story. The way I found out I was being cheated on was so fucking random and so like out of left field. It's hard for me to even tell this story because it's like a giveaway for some people. So I probably can't get into
that shit
some
was wild though. It was wild.
The shit was wild, man.
I was wild. Like I was shit though.
It was so fucking random. And the
that
part
it was just meant for you to find out. It was time.
It was time. Yeah, I think it was time. And at that point, you know what I mean? Because the way it happened was so crazy. Game gonna be on the beam, says Tasha Queen. Big Rose said it's not bullshit. All the dude got to do to get the ass from an unhappy woman is listen to her bitch about her current man and do the same. Complete opposite.
Facts.
No, I don't think we were saying that part was bullshit. But it kind of is. Women cheat because that's exactly what the fuck it is they want to do.
Because they want to cheat. Like
they ain't out here getting preyed on. Women ain't stupid. Women ain't that emotional that they can't. What I find is when women cheat, they're looking for something very specific that person was able, or that their person that they were with wasn't providing. And make no mistake about it, fellas, stay woke. The nigga that's gonna be fucking your bitch is right there. He already there.
He on the job.
He on the back burner, simmering on low.
I was somebody's work husband before. In my backsliding days, should I say?
you out of pocket.
In my backsliding days, I was a serious.
You out of pocket. Like, Summer said, I talked about my cat story, so I want to hear your wild story. Okay. Rose said, I cheated on my woman because I was a bouncer at the Copa on South Street, and it's hard to turn down new coochie by the trash bags. Listen. Big Rose said, just kidding, laughing my ass off. Just kidding.
That is terrible.
Yeah, I think women cheat with because they're not getting something very specific from their significant other, and because they want to. And the person that they cheat with is usually is opposite ends of the spectrum. It's either some random one night hookup, or that nigga been around for a long time and he had to break the glass in case of emergency dick. Yep. And that's what she did. She broke the glass. She took the nigga from off the back pot simmering and threw him in the oven and turned that bitch on high, and it was over from there. Tiff said, I found out I was being cheated on when I saw my dude while I was watching porn.
He was in the porn?
What? He was in the show?
Hey, Tiff, Tiff, go ahead, hit the link. I'm going to send you the link.
Wait.
We got to hear this story. Summer said, Tiffany Ann, what the fuck?
He was in the porn.
Them South Street weekend skis, the struggle is real. Fact, Shannon. Look at Nene face. Don said, give her some Lorenzos and she'll be all right. Tiff dude was Brian Pumper.
He was in the fucking porn, like,
woo, baby, let me tell you, I would have died.
Tiff, answer real quick. We got about a half hour left to the show. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Click the link if you want to get on here. And I want to hear this story so bad.
But it's always
the true Hollywood story. Tiff, click the link, come backstage, and I'll let you right on. Tiff was in a relationship with Wesley Pipes, laughing my ass. Wait, could you? Shit! Like, can you imagine watching? Sasha Queen said, "Hey yo, could you imagine watching?" Was it Mr. Marcus? Says Krista. Could you imagine watching porn? Right? Looking for some shit so you can get off right quick.
Hey, that's Henry.
Look at Jamal right here. Like, look at Jamal. Come on here. Like, yo, I would have died.
Yo, I couldn't even imagine, man. I could not have imagined. Yo, Big Rose said he in tears right now. Yes, that would definitely. Tiff, if you locked in, please, Tiff, click the link if you want to tell us the story. Also, damn, we missed so many comments because it's on the other live, and I hate to feel like, my people to feel like I'm neglecting them, because that's not fair. But those comments on previous topics, so I don't want to go back to a sex conversation now. No, I can't read that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany Ann is here to tell us her story. Tiffany Ann, welcome back to the Big Exclusive Podcast.
So did you finish watching it?
Yo, Tiff.
Hey, everybody.
Tiff, you got the floor. All right, you ready? You sitting still? Because this I gotta hear.
I was trying to find my light. Really interesting story. I'm completely transparent.
Say that.
So I'm dating this guy, and everything in the beginning was wonderful. It was amazing. I would have never thought anything like this. So I'm watching porn one night, and I'm looking, I said, oh, this looked like a good one.
Not realizing you had them already.
I said, oh shit, this is a good one. Because, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I like amateur stuff. So I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be a good one. I said, oh wait, he looked familiar. So I paused it. I said, wait, hold. I paused it. Then I backed it up. And I'm looking at specific tattoos and body markings. And I looked at the old video? No, they were current.
I'm trying to give them out and shit.
You trying to give them out?
I clicked on the I guess the person who uploaded it. Clicked on the person who uploaded it. It was like an amateur. It was like an amateur porn type thing. This Negro had several videos.
Yo.
I said, wait a minute, am I doing the whole porn star? I don't even know it. But then I started thinking, he was taking a lot of trips to New York every other weekend. and be gone for a minute. And I'm like, well, why are you going back to New York? What's up in New York?
Working. He said he was working.
Oh, he was working all right. He was working on the guns. The Negro got a whole catalog.
So did you watch all the rest of his videos?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Did you go back to can you do me like you did that light-skinned girl?
No, like we broke up after that because we ended up having an in-depth conversation. He didn't think I would ever found out.
So if you give him an opportunity to do the shit on you, he was doing on camera?
He was doing the shit on me. He was doing on camera.
Oh, you were paying. It wasn't.
I said, well, what the fuck? You was practicing on me and then going up to New York and doing the shit?
Big Roll said, Tiff, did you hit it on the first night?
Did I hit it on the first night?
Yeah.
No, I had no.
Crystal wants the link and the fetish.
No.
She wants your leftovers.
Hey, is the video still out? Are them videos still out there?
Yes, they are. They are still out there.
Is he still making it?
I don't know because he and I don't speak anymore, but I think he still is. And I'll tell you, he's really big. So no pun intended. But as far as his name out there,
what's his name, Tiff?
I'll tell you, I'll text it to you later.
Crystal want to know his name.
I'll text it to you later.
Tiff, what's his name, Tiff?
I'm not saying that.
He already out there now. He already out there now.
No, I'm not saying
he a
on
professional.
Air.
He a professional.
I'm not saying it on
he
air.
He need all the exposure and publicity he can get. Okay.
I'm not gonna say it because I have to keep the integrity of the position that he holds within his job and his field. A lot of people don't. A handful of people know. A lot of people don't know.
It's obviously they don't because his woman.
Hey, listen. You want me to tell you what I love and respect about that last comment? Because like I said earlier in the show, the podcast is doing really fucking well. And it really is a good chance that, you know, people might viral. Yeah.
You about to go viral.
Exactly. And even though he and I don't speak anymore, I would never do anything like that to intentionally mess up what he has going financially.
Yo, Big Roll is a fool. Big Roll is.
What did he say?
Big every camera.
So Tiff, so now here's the question I have, and it's a sincere one.
Mm-hmm.
If this was the way he made his money in his job, was he really cheating on you?
No, like this was his side thing. Like this wasn't his main job.
But it's still a hustle though.
But it's still a hustle, right?
It definitely was a hustle. It definitely
wasn't cheating.
And the way
I'm not gonna call that cheating.
It definitely was cheating because you didn't tell me. But not only was he just doing that, he was also into other shit too.
Oh.
So
he was doing some
no.
Not no what, OG?
No.
not no same sex.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
He was definitely a swinger. I found out he was a swinger.
Okay.
And it just was a lot. So for me, the porn was cheating because you didn't tell me.
Yo, I remember.
Okay.
I used to work in the 555 building at this gastroenterologist.
Big Roll, right? Hell of a second job. You got to pay taxes.
In the cafe downstairs, and me and her was cool.
Mm.
So she started talking about some, the swinging stuff, whatever. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, but I didn't want her to know my ignorance to it. So then she invited me to go. She told me what it was, and she invited me to go.
Oh shit!
When I tell you that ain't no.
Did you go, nigga?
No, yeah, you went.
No,
you went.
I really didn't.
You went.
No, I swear I wanted to, but
you see the smile. He went.
I really
went. You see that? He looked like the Cheshire Cat, don't he?
The only reason I didn't go because it never lined up with the time that I would be able to go. I was married, so the times that she wanted to go wasn't suitable for me to be able to go, and that shit not come back, And it was basically like you have to be there for like hours on end or whatever. And she said, you just go in there and just walk around and get it in with who you want to get it in with. So I'm like, yeah, it's free.
It's free.
Like it's a whole lifestyle.
They got a whole community. Like that
Yeah,
shit is
they do.
wow.
And I was so oblivious to it. So when I
I
found,
didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
yeah, when I found all this stuff out, I was floored. I was
Roll is
floored.
wild. Roll said I put an application in to be Oprah Winfrey side dick, but she ain't hiring me yet. My references are dope.
Oprah, you had to be a woman, Oprah looking for something.
So wait, this just another question just popped in my head, and this is for everybody who's on the show tonight right now. Dying that my producer in the background, so here we go. But no, it's a legit question because I think we discussed it before on the show, and this is for everybody who's on the show right now, or if you listening, light the comments up because people get very strong opinions about this. But could you date someone seriously whose job is sex work, like they worked in like a brothel, or they worked as they worked in porn and sex is a part of their job? Could you be in a committed relationship with somebody who does sex work? Make sure you guys drop your comments. I want to hear y'all opinion right now. I'm gonna promise if whoever drops their opinion, I'm gonna make sure I get them all in on this topic. But OG, you said what now?
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Why not?
Man, another motherfucker blowing your back the fuck out on like no. That you might got a motherfucker dick down to his knee, like a grater for dick down to his knee, like no.
All right, Tiff. I guess you pretty much answered that already, Tiff.
I mean, see, but it was I didn't have.
She didn't willingly.
Oh, you didn't know up front, right?
Yeah.
So
my thing is, I'm the type of person. Be upfront and honest with me. Give me the chance to choose whether or not I want to deal with it or not, because you never know what my answer might be.
But that's why we asking you.
With me, if you're upfront with me and we can have an adult conversation about it, and it's not just something that you're doing for sexual kicks or whatever, it's definitely a conversation. I can't give that a hard no.
Okay. Marcy.
I don't know if I would, but no, I think in my head, I feel like I would be okay with it, right? Because I see porn as being a means to an end and nothing intimate or romantic about it, right? So I don't know.
Would you be able to watch it?
I watch it all the time. I can watch it.
Talk about him with the other person. Would you be able to watch that?
Yeah, because he's not tonguing her down. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no
they do that
in their eyes. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Chef Marcy, that's a part of it. Like they do everything.
But digging somebody down can come without even looking nobody in the eye.
No, they doing it all though. No, they doing it all.
I don't think I would care. I don't think I would care.
So legit, if your husband said, "Babe, I'm gonna pick up some extra money. I'm gonna go over here and be K Slade Jr. for the Bang Brothers," you
be
good.
Watching porn.
Yeah, I watch porn. I ain't embarrassed that I watch porn.
Husband, I was telling him like, "Yo, go get us some free food." Unless I would pick my husband out all the time. I still do, but it just happened to not be for sex. But I would, people like my husband. Women like him. He's tall, he's dark skin, he got a bald head, he got the southern accent, he got a chipped tooth like
that. Bald head shit don't mean nothing. That bald head shit is whack. Like,
you a hater. You a hater.
That bald head shit means you just lost your hair. That's all.
Listen,
that's all
it used to be that the niggas with hair would look down on the bald brothers. Now the bald brothers winning. The niggas with hair is still mad. Like, get over it. Yeah, just stop there, man.
Your hair stop growing and shit.
Let me get some of these comments.
Say it again.
I said it sounds like you're describing my ex.
Listen, I don't even think but you know what? I don't think I would care. I don't think I would care because I really think I'm mature enough to see it for what it is in a job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I said, for me, like just fucking somebody, dicking somebody down, pulling somebody's hair is not necessarily intimate, right? Exactly. It's not intimate, right? And caressing somebody's face and glazing, like that's not happening in porn. It's like, bitch, I'm fucking you from the back and your hair is in a pillow. Like, who cares? There's nothing intimate about porn. So I don't think I would be mad. If my husband was like a stripper, I don't think I would care either.
Shout out to my guy at Connected 215, World P. He said, hell no. Mike thinking about it. He said, take it easy, OG. Ball and Dark is in. Exactly. Summer said
Ball
no.
and Dark is in what? In what? In the dark?
And she had stripper as a question mark. Nene said nope. Tasha Queen said nope. What's mine is mine. I take no parts in that situation. I think Roll answered it for me. He said, let me answer that for all brothers. Ain't no man pride gonna let him deal with you on penis size alone. Okay. He also said women can deal with the dude who does porn if he giving her mad bread. Yeah, I said it. And he said Kobe got caught balls deep in a white woman and his wife stayed with him. Now, if he would have been Sean Bradley, she would have left his ass. Money talks.
Yep.
That's true. Money talks and the rest walks. Like you just said, you could be broke in this Maybach or you could be broke in this Camry. Which one you gonna be?
Or crying on Woodland Avenue or in Jamaica.
This nigga wild. I gotta take that down. I need to see that. He said, change my name from Big Roll to Beef Bacon. I'm gonna start doing porn, laughing my ass off.
Just don't do it at the Blue Oyster.
So, which leads me to my last question, and then we can put a bow in this topic. First of all, Tiff, I appreciate you coming on and having the courage to speak about it. You know what I mean? That was a dope story. You welcome back anytime.
Thank God. I'm transparent.
Yes, I love it. So now, last thing, and it's about cheating. Because I need to know, and I'm nosy like that. You know what I mean? And put people on the spot. At this point where you are right now in your life, can you see yourself like staying in a relationship that you were cheating on, like currently as it stands right now?
I got two deal breakers: is respect and cheating.
Hey, OG, say that shit for the people in the back. Say it loud too.
Respect and cheating is deal breakers to me right now. It's too late in the game for that shit. Like I can't. I refuse to deal with that.
Where my
a conversation don't even have to be had after that. Like it ain't even nothing to talk about. Like it's over. It's done. What are we talking about? Like the boy said, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here, Chef Marcy?
I think you got to look at your own situation, right? And look at your life. And I would first also look at your finances. I told my husband this because we talk about this a lot. I would not leave my husband if he cheated on me. I would let him do 5 more years in the military and get half of that pension and never remarry. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But also it depends on how he was cheating. Like if he was disrespectful in my face, now you got to, draw the line. But if it was something that was going on behind my back and I would never the wiser to, which you don't know might not hurt.
Solid. Tiff, at this stage right now, would you take him back if he was cheating?
It depends. If we can sit down and he can be open and honest about everything that happened, why it happened, and we can come to some terms as far as just more open communication. And just being more open and transparent, because there's a reason behind it, whether you just are in the mind space of you're just not ready to settle, or you want a variety, or whatever the case may be. As long as we can sit down and have a conversation and we can agree to whether or not we're going to work it out, if you're going to stop doing what you're doing. I think it's just a lot of variables. It's a lot of things that you have to consider when taking someone back after something as traumatizing as that. But both of you have to be mature enough to have that conversation and be on the same page.
So if I'm answering the question myself, At this stage of my life, could I take somebody back who cheated? I'm gonna say no. Like, if you cheat on me, that's a deal breaker. Like OG said, if you don't have respect, that's a deal breaker. But I think I'm mature enough now in my life that if you want to see somebody else, there are ways for you to be able to do that. But you have to be, like Tiff said, mature enough to handle that conversation. Because at that point, if you want to, explore, Big Mike said, "Shut up, Tiff. Yes or no?"
Shut up, Montgomery.
If you want to explore, the opportunity to see other people, there are arrangements that we can make so it is good and it's healthy and it's okay for you to see other people. That's a different type of relationship, and I'd rather be in that different type of relationship where we all know up front what it is. That way, jealousy doesn't enter into it, and those over emotional feelings about somebody having energy or connection with somebody else would be in the way. So if you cheat on me now, you just pretty much you just want to cheat, and at that point I'm gonna feel like you want to fucking hurt me, so I don't want to be bothered with you or that relationship anymore. So those are my thoughts. We have time literally for like one more topic. I'm not sure what y'all want it to be. We still have, is there a difference between a partnership and a relationship? Top 5 questions you should be asking on a first date. And why are there no services for single? Let's say why are there no services. No, let's save that for next week, bro, so we can spend more time on it, because I think that's a good one. I want to give it its just due. I don't want to just speed over that, you know what I mean, really quickly, because I think that's going to be a very important topic for us to discuss. And some other things going on with that I feel like, we want to spend some time on talking about that. So let's do so it's a choice. Is there a difference between a partnership and a relationship, or the top 5 questions you should be asking on a first date? Which one y'all want to do? Majority rules.
Let's do the top 5
top 5 questions. Marcy, what say you?
Let me think. Top 5 questions I ask on a first date.
You don't have to have all 5.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Top 5 questions you should be asking on the first date. Ladies and gentlemen, in the comment, I want y'all opinion too. I want y'all to list y'all top 5 questions y'all think should be asked on the first date. Right here, right now. Let's get into it. And guess what? We can go over if we want to, because guess what? We own the whole shit. Okay. So if we go over, we go over. It's our prerogative. So don't feel like you got to speed through anything. We could take our time and talk about it, but you know what I mean, not go too long, but we could talk about it. Don't feel rushed.
I guess I will ask first. Okay, so let me just say this. The main things I talked to my husband about when we were dating, like when we first started dating, it was ambition. I asked him, like, what did he want to do with himself, and things like that. I asked him what was his relationship like with his mother and his family. I asked him how he felt, and I still do keep having this conversation with him about religion and where he stands with that. I asked him about religion and what he takes seriously, and I also asked him where did he see his life. That was the main things I asked my husband now when we were dating.
Okay.
You was dating him with a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
Yes,
it sounds
I did.
like.
That was one of the first things I told him. I told him I wasn't dating just for
Dating
dating.
with a purpose and not just dating to just be fucking around. Like,
yes.
Like
And I didn't need him to be a millionaire and all them other things. I just needed him to understand that I just wanted to know that he wanted to be something in life. And whatever that was, I'm here for it.
Because at the end of the day, y'all could go after the money together.
Yes.
You go after the money together.
But I needed him to have that ambition already in him. So it was easy to support something that already existed. So I didn't have to motivate him to be something. And I didn't have to do that. He was like, yo, I'm tired of being broke. What do I need to do?
You can't put that in somebody. Like,
yes. Yeah. I didn't have to put it in him.
That all falls into the category of like asking somebody, like, what do you need? I don't want to know what you want. What do you need? Like, because what you need is better than what you want.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
most of the time. Like, what do
Yep.
you need? Tell me what you need,
Mm-hmm.
not what you want. What you
Yeah.
All
want
right.
is a fairy tale question.
All right, go for it, OG. What's your top 5 questions you ask?
Like I said, you ask what they, what they basically what they need, what you looking for, what you about, and where you see yourself going, where you headed, where you want to be at, like what do you need in a man, like what do
Okay.
you desire, like what makes you happy. All grown shit, like basically. When you see, like when you get to the point in life where you dating somebody with a purpose, not just for the reason to get them in bed, like knocking them down like bowling pins, knocking them down. You just rolling through life, just keep knocking them down, no purpose at all, just adding to your body count. Once you get past that part, then you start asking those important questions.
Big Rose said, "Man, fuck relationships. I'm buying coochie from now on. No more drama. Come give me some. Get out." Mike said his top 5 questions are: where do you see yourself in the next 3 years? If they can't answer that, we just having a nice dinner. Big Rose said, number 1, did anybody follow you here? Number 2, is there anybody who thinks y'all together? Number 3, are you splitting the bill? Number 4, have you had sex? Have you had sex on the first date before? Number 5, do you want to? Laugh my ass off. Tiff, you want to take a shot at this one?
I think for me, given my experiences in the past and the age that I am now, my very first question is, what are you looking for within a relationship? What type of relationship are you looking for? Is this a conventional relationship, or are you one of the people that is so popular nowadays? You have open relationships or polyamorous relationships. I think I shared with y'all for the ladies' night show that's what I've been running into a lot. A lot of guys nowadays are really into this polyamory relationships. So those are definitely things that you need to get answered before devoting so much time, because that's the one thing that's so precious that you can't get back is your time. And I don't like my time to be wasted.
Say that then.
Um,
That's what I'm talking about.
between that, how do you feel about children? Do you have children? Do you see yourself having more children in the future if you have some already? Do you not want any more children? Finances is a big thing. Me personally, everybody is not where you are financially, and that's okay as long as they have aspirations to build to be better. But for me, like those are the major things now. And not even just that. How's your health? Because as you get older, you have to think about somebody's health issues, what they have, and not only that, being open and transparent about their sexual activities. Are you having safe sex? Are you the type of person that does not practice safe sex? Like all of those things are a factor because they affect you in the here and now and in the long run.
All right. Tasha Queen said, what's their relationship like with their mom? How do you take care of yourself? And how can I match your fly? I think that was a good show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to do what I always do at the end of every show. What me and the fellas like to do at the Big Exclusive Podcast is each one of us likes to take a minute or two to speak what's on our mind. Doesn't have to be anything related to the topic. It could be anything that's on your mind, anything that's on your heart, but we just give you an opportunity to get it out there because this has been archived. Mike said, now you a sister wife. Hey, yo, he need to stop.
He gonna fight. I'm telling you right now. Wait till I see you tomorrow. We gonna fight, Mike.
So everybody gets a minute or two to, like say whatever it is that you want. Who'd like to go first?
I'll go first. I just want to tell everybody to take care of their mental health first and foremost, and I'll be back next Tuesday to Hawk Spit and talk shit. Catch up with you later.
Is that your tagline? Is that your tagline?
Yeah, my old head gave me that gem.
That was a good one.
I'm just here to talk shit. That's all.
That's good.
OG, stick around. Marcy, Tiff, who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go since I was to the mix. I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to come on and entertain everyone with my pain and my story. But no, I really enjoyed the show tonight. As always, they were great, amazing topics. I really appreciate everyone's vulnerability and being able to be open and answer these questions so honestly, and just being able to have these types of grown folks conversations that are definitely needed, especially within our community. So I just want to say thank you to the Big Exclusive Podcast and everyone that was on the show tonight. I respect each and every one of you for everything that you bring to the table. Everyone have a great night. And thanks again.
Thanks, Tiff. All right, here we go. We got Chef Marcy up next.
It's me. I feel like people should be honest about who they are and what they're looking for, and that would make their life a lot easier. And make sure you guys follow me on all social media. I'm Chef Marcy with the new haircut. And thank you for having me, and I will be hopefully on here again.
I hope so as well, Marcy. Thank you. And look, you got your banner scrolling, chefmarcy.com. Get those seasoning blends, please. Thank you. Yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up. The holiday season is coming up. If you got it, yeah, you definitely got to get that seasoning so you can have, a flavorful bird or chicken or fish. Yeah, exactly. If your family don't love you enough to season the food, that's not family. So I wanted to do my final thought and kind of like say what I always say, but I'm gonna say it at the end of this. We talked about mental health tonight, and I want to say how important it is how important it is for us to normalize seeking help and getting therapy to deal with our mental issues. We all could take the opportunity, and I feel like have the need to talk to somebody about some of the things that that we have going on. A lot of times, as Black people living in urban areas that suffer from a lot of violence, we tend to think that's normal and we become desensitized to it. And it's not normal. And we shouldn't be desensitized to gun violence. We should all figure out a way to, number one, help resolve the issue. But number two, deal with some of the PTSD that we suffer with living in these neighborhoods. Also, I wanted to say, take the time out to try to understand and have some compassion and empathy for what people are going through. A lot of times, we just assume that people are responding to us in a specific way because they don't like us or they hate us or they don't want to be bothered, when that couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of times we forget to take into consideration that everybody is going through something. Everybody has mental issues that they cope with in different ways. And just because they're not talking to you about what they're going through and coping the way you want them to cope, that doesn't mean they're not going through it. I know a lot of people who smile through depression at work and with their family and friends and kids for that matter. So let's have some compassion. Let's take the time out to let people know how we feel about them. Like, if you love somebody, let them know. Don't try to wait till tomorrow because it's not promised. And with that being said, like I end every show, I want to tell Kayla and Cameron, there's nothing in this world I love more than my two girls. And I hope with what I'm doing with them and the way I'm raising them, that they feel that and that they never stop experiencing that level of love and commitment and devotion to them. I hope the men or women that they find in their lives cherish them as much as I do. And I hope they don't accept anything less than that. So with that being said, it's the Big Exclusive Podcast with myself, Big Exclusive, Angry OG, and comedian Top Flight. I just want to say thank you to the family. Thank you for helping us grow and continue to spread the word about the podcast. Appreciate you. I love you, and I'm out.